Hey folks, we're going to cover some of our software and then also go over the reports and some of the things that we can do with this software and then how you might affect the changes on your site or your client sites. So what you see before you is the very simple user interface of the SEO Dragon software. You're going to check this pizza place. You're going to check this famous pizza place. Have a look at their website and see what we can find. So all we do is put in the information, we click Analyze, and we're doing this in real time. Generally takes about 30 to 45 seconds to complete, and once that is complete, it'll give us a number of issues found. Now these aren't necessarily negative or positive, they're just hits on a series of tests that the software is running. And then it'll say that it's preparing a report, and then once that report is ready, you only have to click Report, and it will generate the report and put it on your desktop in a folder called SEO Dragon Output. So if we go into that folder, we see we have a report. Now it's telling us that we should fix or we should leverage the browser cache. And that's a way to do that with the HT access file, but you have to be running Apache in order to do it. It's a little bit of the higher technical aspects of things, but it only really sounds that way. All you're really doing is just writing a bunch of code inside of the HT access file that lives in the root folder of your web host. Also inside of that folder is the CSV, which will give you some more specific links for things that you need to do. So for instance, for compression, compress the JavaScript files, compress image files, font files, anything that you find on a web host. Most anything is not already compressed and will need to be compressed. And of course, as you know, doing so decreases the amount of time it takes for the device to load the website, which we all know has great benefits. But not to get ahead of ourselves, turning on browser cache is actually very easy. All we have to do is make that modification to the HT access file. So in the course I've included an example of that file, and you can find your own file through an FTP client connected to your web host or through the file manager of your control panel. So you would add this code to your HT access file, and this basically tells the browser to go to the local copy of this website, thus making the page load almost instantaneously fast. Now, aside from minification, compression could also mean actually compressing the files on the web server before it is sent to the client or to the device. This is usually done on the IS side or on the host side. With Apache, you would use the mod deflate API, and then for ISS and others. But I mean, that's all web host stuff. What I would recommend to you, if you're not familiar with installing these types of modules or working with them on your web host, is to open a support ticket with your web host or your client's web host. And they might have a script already ready to go to enable compression. What I think is the best idea is for you to contact the web host, either yours or the one for the client, and ask if they have any solutions for compressing the website. Chances are they do, and it just needs to be enabled. If not, there are plenty of third-party modules that you can use and are pretty easy to set up, or have the web host support set that up for you. So the next thing I wanted to show you is how to take render blocking out. So basically what this is doing is when it's loading the document, it has to load this file first and go to the remote resource to grab this tiny JavaScript file before it loads the body. And this adds some time to the page rendering, thus lowering your rank. So what you'd want to do, if the JavaScript is small enough, you would go ahead and put that JavaScript in here. But ultimately, the best way to do it is to defer the loading of all your JavaScripts whenever you possibly can. And how you would do that is take the scripts out of the head and put it right before the closing body tag. And what this will do is call the scripts after everything else on the page is loaded. Now, these last things here, I give you a bit of training in the bonus training material, which is in a folder in the root of the product, so I suggest you check those out. But just to touch on them, optimizing images is as simple as compressing them and reducing their file size so they load and are delivered faster. Now, the minifying CSS, JavaScript, and HTML, it means to go through and reduce the file size of each of these elements by removing comments and needless spaces, thus, again, increasing the speed of file delivery. Now, you may encounter some other conditions, but really, all you have to do is just search Google for those conditions if I didn't include them, and you will find all the information and steps you need to do to perform the actual work, or you could just simply outsource this. And if you need an outsourcer, just let me know. Just to wrap up what is included in the program, if you go here to Tools and Custom Settings, you will have these branding settings, which you saw earlier in the report. So you just fill your information here, and then you click Save, and then each time you load the program, it'll save your settings and import them back into your reports. And if you wanted to change them, you can change it right here and click Save so you can update if you don't want it to change everything. Or you can clear it, take out everything, and you can give a report without name on it if you'd like. And lastly, if you don't have something here but you're sure you saved it, like the software should load your settings, but if it doesn't, for whatever reason, you can just hit Load to load the current configuration settings. If it continues to stay blank, that means the configuration is blank, and just go ahead and enter your information in the fields there. Lastly, I have a register. Please register your software. You only need to do this once and it's free. I'd be very grateful. And that's a wrap. Now, this should help you double your traffic in just a matter of weeks. Just fixing these elements makes a significant improvement on your website and your user experience, and Google will reward you for it. Alright, so to recap, you enter a URL, you add a tag. Now, this is a required field. This is going to be the file name of the report you generate. Then you press Analyze, let the software run. When it is finished, it will tell you. It will say Report Ready. Then export the report by clicking the Report button, and then go through the report and fix the issues. Now, if you get lost, contact my support or do a simple Google search on the name of the issue that was in the report. Now, I know some of you are going out there and trying to sell this as a service to customers. And in fact, SEO optimization and on-page optimization, from what I've seen out there are just an unlimited number of clients. So if you're not selling any kind of quote-unquote technical on-page optimization, then you really should, because everybody needs it. And it'll be very easy to convince them that they do. Because their problem is they have a very slow site. They also have high bounce rates. People get tired of the page loading and they leave the page. So none of that content on there, none of their sales funnel, none of their opt-ins are going to be generally terrible, but fact remains, if you have a slow site, people won't even see that terrible stuff. They'll just leave. Now, of course, that leads into the secondary problem of that poor content, structural issues, things loading, things not loading, things loading before they should. So there are generally also a lack of features. So this opens up an opportunity for us to provide not only a fix to the initial problems, but add another layer, new technology, and provide more solutions to that customer. So we improve their transfer speeds and minimize their files, making everything optimized. That increases their rank. It also lowers their bounce rate. The page loads faster. People spend more time on the page, will experience the content, and depending on their marketing, obviously, start engaging with that content in those sales funnels. And of course, it's a stepping stone to creating new content, introducing new platforms and structures to their website, and just generally upselling services and monthly products. And of course, when we sell these customers, and really it could be anyone who has a website qualifies as a potential customer with this. Just run the report and see if they have any errors. If they have any issues there that you don't need fixing, they're a customer. But you don't want to sell with the features of what you're doing, or even the software itself, because the software is a tool for you to locate problems, and those problems are what you pitch to the customer on fixing. So again, don't sell with features. Sell with the benefits of, hey, I'm going to get you faster page load time, higher rankings in search engines, so you'll get more organic search traffic, which of course is cheaper traffic, helps lower your costs, your marketing costs, and is a gradual improvement on your page and web presence. You want to run a sales pitch by them. My solution can grow your web traffic by 50 to 100% in just a few weeks. You only need to make minor changes to the technical parts of your site, and it will just take a day or two to be completed, and in a few weeks you will have results. You want to ask them, would you like to get more local consumers who are searching for your products in this door? Chances are they're going to say yes. So when they say yes, you say then only pay me $197 now and we'll be done in just a few days. Can you pay by check? That last question is very important. You are asking for the sale. Always ask for the sale. At this point, they'll give you objections. I don't know, it's too expensive. If they say it's too expensive, then ask them, how much is a new customer worth to you, sir, if you get a new customer through the door? Or get a new one buying something from your website? How much is that worth? Depending on the industry, you can look at anywhere between $30 to thousands of dollars. Take restaurants, for example. Every time someone goes into a restaurant, and most loyal customers go into a restaurant at least once or twice a week, they're spending $30 or $40. So per month, you're looking at over $100. So this actually pays for itself, and that is how you would destroy that objection. Once you destroy objections, you always ask for the sale again. So once you've closed the client, you could do it yourself, and I've already showed you how, or you could outsource it, but either way, charge them an hourly rate, or do a 50% deliverable. So you have a flat fee, they pay half up front when they sign, and then half when the job is completed. If they don't have anyone who does their websites, then you'll upload the files yourself. If they do, then you'll just simply provide the minified files to them. And that's about it, folks. It's a very simple, powerful solution that you can use on your own website or to generate cash from clients. Hope you enjoyed this training. If you have any questions, please contact my support, hotgatesupport.com, and I'll talk to you real soon. Good luck, and take care.